Hey guys, we're on the side of the road today. This is a Toyota Corolla. Looks like maybe a '09 or something. We're here to replace the radiator. So we're gonna begin. I won't have the step by step, but you know, we're just gonna take out whatever's in our way until we get to where we need to get to. So. Okay. So that's that. I think I might need to release these body clips and that 10 millimeters on both sides, because I believe the bumper needs to be removed, or at the very least pushed, kind of pushed back a little bit. So we're gonna release that screw right there. We're gonna do the same thing here. Alright, that's that. Also, on top of the radiator / condenser assembly, there's a bracket that runs along it. We're going to release that bracket, the top side of the bracket at least. So that's one, 10 millimeter. And another one here. Alright, cool. Now we're going to release the upper support here. I see a 10 here. Another 10 there. Okie doke. Now I'm gonna get my trim panel tool and we're gonna take some of the body clips off. Right now I'm trying to get to the fan first, release, remove the fan, so I can gain access to other parts of this thing. So let's get underneath here. Alright, this I'm gonna just put somewhere down there. Okay. Seems to me that I'm going to need a screwdriver Phillips. Alright, so Phillips for this and that. So let's go get a Phillips screwdriver. I think I have them here. Alright, let's grab this one. You gotta be a real mechanic to know which is number one and number two when it comes to these things. Alright. Okay. I should be able to spin it by hand the rest of the way, I believe. All right. Okay. Now, this can be retracted a little bit. I'm gonna gain access to this fastener here, and that fastener there, and I'm gonna unplug the horn right there to the side. That's the tab. And then I should be able to release that and maybe swing it over to that side. I need two hands because I need to have one hand to push this back or pull this back, and another one to gain access to those fasteners. I'll be right back, guys. There are two more fasteners. One is this one right here. It has to be released, and the second one, or the last one of those fasteners, is going to be that one right there in the middle of the screen right there. So that one there and this one here, okay, them have to be released, and after that I should be able to just again pick this up and swing it to the side there. Alright, so now let's try to get this out of here, just like that. Picking it up, lay it across here, making sure you don't make contact with that positive side there. That's gonna be bad. So let me actually trying to cover this up if I could somehow. Man, somebody just Alright, anyway, so this is out of my way. That's most important. Now this upper support the upper bracket here can be released. So we're gonna just want to release this right here. Set it to the side. Is the fan bolted? Yes, no. The fan is not necessarily bolted. The fan is not bolted, but okay, let's release this bracket first. So just pick it up. This is off. So now the condenser is independent of the radiator, as you can see. That's first step. Second step is we're gonna release the transmission cooler lines because they are attached to the frame of the fan here. As you can see, there are some bolts right there. That's basically attaching this. So basically, that is the most common sense approach here. So I don't have to remove a whole bunch of stuff. I could just basically release those two 10 millimeters. One is there, right? The other one is right there at the bottom. I think I'm gonna go with that so that I can lift this fan out of here. And then we'll see what we're gonna do. So let me just get to it. We're gonna grab, is it enough room there for a long socket? Maybe. I'm gonna grab our electric ratchet. Sorry about the wind noise, I'm outside. It's kind of windy. Alright, so we're gonna go right there. It's probably gonna fall. Yep. No big deal. I'll find it once I remove that radiator. The fan. And the wasp. Alright. Both of them fell, but no big deal. Now, this contraption here, meaning the can be lifted up. I'm gonna have to remove these two connectors. One of them at least, the top connector. I have a body for the fan, some type of catch here. I have to release that catch. I don't know if you're in the picture or not, but right here is a catch. That's gonna break for sure. Oh, no, it didn't break. All right, now I should be able to lift off this fan. Okay, is it held by something else? Oh, wow, okay. It's held on. You see the same bracket that was up top? This bracket right here. We have a similar bracket at the bottom. So we have a choice. We can go at the bottom and relieve that bracket and then the fan would be separated. Or we can just forget about that and we're gonna do away with the transmission lines from the radiator and the cooling, radiator hoses, the upper and the lower. We're going to do away with those, and after that we'll lift up the combination of the fan and the radiator together and we'll separate them once they are outside the car. So let me go ahead and so this is one of them here. We're going to get this released from the top here. That's one transmission line, and the other transmission line is going to be under the radiator hose here, right underneath it. There's another one right there, so you can't really see it, but take my word for it, it's right about there somewhere, right there in the middle. You see it right there. So I'm going to release those two plus the two radiator hoses, and I'll be right back, guys. Alright, so it's a bit of struggle here. Release the cooler line, the transmission cooler line from the top here, the other one from near the bottom. Radiator hose, I usually like to take them from the engine side. It's just a lot easier than going down at the bottom. Same thing here, and we're gonna have to replace this water connector, whatever they call that. So this, in theory, should be able to just come up now. So let's see. Okay. So it looks like I'm still getting hung up at the bottom there. Let me see what I got. Maybe I need to push the radiator, the condenser down as I'm lifting it off. But either way, I'm gonna need two hands for that. Let me try and I'll be right back. Alright, so I'm getting hung up a lot because of the there's a bracket right there with the ambient temperature sensor on it. It's making it a little bit harder for me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to release the bracket at the bottom. And to do that, just going to open here. As you can see, that's the bolt we're looking for right there. Alright. So all you need to do is pick up the radiator assemblies right here. Put it to the side a little bit. Give us a little bit of space there. Let me take the rubber grommet. Alright, so with the rubber grommet out of the way, right there, let me see if I have a better shot at it. Yeah, either way, I'm probably going to need 2 hands. Yeah, right there. No, that's not good. That's a bad angle. Alright, let me get 2 hands on it. I'm going to lift up this radiator, pull it back a little bit so I can have clear access to that bolt. And I'm going to remove it just now. Alright, that's one side of the problem. We're going to go on the other side and we're going to do the same thing. Normally, should be able to. Oh man, come on. Should be able to take it out without this, but I don't know. Alright, so we got both of them out. Alright, let me pause it. Alright, she's out. Not without a fight, but I ended up removing the battery because the upper hose was getting hung up on the battery. So with the battery out of the way and this center support right here, there was a bracket right here in the center, the one that I removed the 2 bolts from. With those 2 out of the way, it was a lot easier. So last time I did this job, I guess that car was in an accident, so it was a lot easier to remove. This one gave me a little bit of fight. So, but anyway, long story short, here we are. And look at my. What's going on, Salim? He's a mechanic too. He's a mobile mechanic too. He's one of my old timers there. All right. What's going on, guys? So, this is later on that day. After I've got done putting the radiator back in, I had to run to the store to get that part right there, that connector. Dorman part number 902924. Dorman 902924. Cost about $30 after tax. So, but I had a couple of more jobs to do that I didn't film. One was a pre-buy inspection, and the other job was somebody wanted to install a camera front and back. So that took me some time, so I just now come back. It's about 9:15 p.m. And yeah, we got everything bolted and bleeding the cooling system right now. We got plenty of heat, but I want to make sure the thermostat opens up. So that's all we're waiting for. But as far as the job done, it's done. Now, a couple of things that I gotta mention here about this job was the customer got definitely the wrong part. So this car has 2 types of radiators. One is a larger size, and for this car, his car, he should have gotten the smaller size of the 2 radiators. So I'm not sure what this one applies to. Maybe a S version of something, but definitely not for this car. So what I had to do was, the upper bracket wouldn't fit, even the lower bracket wouldn't fit. I had to break the tabs. There are tabs on either side of it. 3 tabs on this side, 2 tabs on that side. So I had to literally break those tabs to make this one fit. I couldn't understand why the bottom wasn't fitting until I got to the top and I realized what's going on. But you know, as you see, it's bolted, it's working, it's functional. So as a mechanic, you should be able to, you know, do what you need to do. So is it better? Yeah, I guess it's an upgrade because it's a bigger radiator, so a bigger capacity, so more cooling, right? So overall, it's good for him. But of course, like I said, I had to, do some modifications basically to make this radiator fit. But it's not like that big of a deal anyway, so if you had to go ahead and do it, do it. But I will say make sure you get your parts right. And this is why I'm going to advise you guys, DIY persons and all that, if you're going to have somebody do the job, please let them buy the parts. Save yourself and save him or her the headaches of, you're buying the wrong parts and they got to be here doing all kinds of Frankenstein stuff just to make it fit. Either you know what you're doing, you do your job yourself, or you let the person who knows what they're talking about and what they're doing get the parts and do the job and give you a warranty. That's my rant for the night. I'll see you guys on the next video.